It's the Binge Bomb Podcast. Whoa, it's time to talk about our favorite shows from all the streaming networks all across the globe, from Netflix to Hulu to Disney Plus and HBO. Get ready for fun and lots of show reviews. It's Binge Bomb coming to you.
Hey, it's Saturday, January 15th. That's right. We are a day late.
And a dollar short.
But it don't matter. Does it? I don't think so.
We had a little technical difficulties yesterday, but we're here. We want to make sure that we get out on the weekend so that people who want to watch stuff tonight, Saturday night, they'll know what to watch.
The weekend's the most important. Let's get started with some news. Hey, Apple TV Plus could be getting into the sports game. Reported this past Monday, Apple and the MLB are in discussions for a deal that would allow Apple to stream the 2022 baseball season.
Wow.
And the discussions are being described as like very substantial. Like this is like pretty much in the can. They just got to figure out some final little details.
This is huge because there are more games in the MLB than anything else.
You're right.
And this is another indication that cord cutting is really going to happen in America. I mean, why would you need local cable service or even local TV service if you can watch all of the sports and live events on your streaming services?
That's right. This does upset some people. And I didn't know this. We do not particularly fans of sports, but apparently like the MLB app, which you would think as you subscribe, you should have access to all the games. And apparently that is not true.
Okay.
Apparently MLB will make a lot more money. They sell these rights to stream as opposed to having subscribers on their own app.
I imagine.
I don't know. Seems a little... Don't get rid of the app then.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems unfair to me that if you're going to do that.
This is huge news for Apple TV if they can make it work. Like they need more money, right. Apple.
I mean, they've always supported sports, especially if you are a all Apple user and you have the Apple TV. You can actually see all these sports: soccer, baseball, football, anything you can think of. But they took you to the appropriate app to watch.
There you go.
So you have to be subscribers of those separate apps. So now you're going to get it right on Apple TV Plus.
Very cool.
And get this, that if you're a huge baseball fan, like I don't know what MLB, the app costs per month, but I bet it's more than $4.99.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
So, I mean, that's not a bad price to pay if you're a huge baseball fan and be able to have access to every single baseball game, regardless, like if you're a fan but don't live in the city that's going to be airing it.
Yeah. But
how great would that be?
All right, but along those lines, just yesterday, Netflix announced that they're upping the price of all three of their subscription services by either $1 or $2.
You are getting way ahead of the game.
Oh, is that on our?
It's not on here, but it's on my.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, forget I said that. But here's this: is Apple TV at some point soon going to be upping that $4.99 price? I suspect that will be coming eventually.
I think so too, but I also think and there's forums online debating the cost of Netflix, because when you think of Netflix, a lot of people think of it, it was original when it first came out, after DVDs and it went all streaming, it cost $9 a month.
Right.
So here's where we are now.
Okay.
And a lot of it, what people think of Netflix is it's quantity over quality.
Right.
And I don't think of Apple TV Plus that way. So I'd be willing to pay more than $5 a month for Apple TV Plus because I think their originals, which is original only, is much better quality overall than over Netflix.
Instead of just putting out 1 million hours per month of content. Exactly.
Netflix pushes out lots and lots and lots of content. It's just most of it I don't want to see.
Got it.
I have no interest in. So there's that.
Got it.
A new National Treasure series is in the works over at Disney Plus. I'm a little bit excited about this, but I'm worried about it because I was a big fan of the two movies. The new series tells the story of Jess, a Latina whose brilliant and resourceful mind loves a good mystery, and she has a natural talent for solving puzzles. And over the course of the show, Jess will uncover her own buried history, as well as the truth about her parents and her connection to a long-lost treasure.
Yeah. I looked at the casting for this. This is basically a bunch of 20 and 30 something. So
exactly.
It's they're going for more of the younger audience with this one, which makes sense for Disney Plus.
I think it could be fun. I mean, if they could, kind of make it as good as the movies, I certainly give this a try.
I like it.
Yeah.
Will Nick Cage be showing up every now and then?
I doubt it.
Okay.
I doubt it. I mean, that could be fun.
Could be fun.
That could be fun. I mean, like you said, she's going to look at her connection to a long lost treasure.
Yeah.
Could Nick Cage? I guess he couldn't be a father if she's Latina, so that wouldn't work.
No, but he could show up in some kind of cameo role here and there.
Yeah.
That would be kind of fun.
Right. The new animated film Turning Red will skip a theatrical release and head straight to streaming on Disney Plus. This is going to be the third animated film to skip theaters and go straight to streaming after Soul and Luca. There's no reason as to why Disney Plus has been skipping all of these releases. Do they have confidence in these new films in the theater?
I don't know, but Soul and Luca were both critically, they were blockbusters for them. People were really turning in to see these movies, and both of them got amazing reviews. So I want to watch both. We haven't sat down to watch them. I watched part of Luca, and it does look like it's very magical. So I'm sure Turning Red is going to be right up there with it. I don't know why they're not going to the theaters. I guess they know that maybe most Americans aren't taking their kids to the theaters.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird. Tim Allen's putting back on the big red suit as he's going to executive produce and star in a new Disney Plus series, The Santa Claus. In the new series, Tim Allen will reprise his role as Scott Calvin from the original Disney holiday films.
I really love this, and it seems like they're going into production just in a couple months, and it looks like we'll probably get this in time for Christmas 2022.
I think so. I mean, you're doing it in March. I think there's enough time to get that out for this holiday season.
Seems like the perfect series to launch on Thanksgiving and then have it run through like to New Year's.
Exactly.
I love that. Yeah, I don't know how many more stories they can tell with this premise, but I'm sure they have some ideas up their sleeve.
Fans of the Final Destination franchise have something to celebrate. The sixth installment has been confirmed to be in the works at HBO Max. The new film was announced way back in 2019, but obviously was put on hold for the pandemic. We haven't, like the fifth installment, we haven't seen a Final Destination since 2011.
Wow.
I knew it was a while. I didn't know it was that. I mean, that's over 10 years now.
They are super fun movies. I'm big fans of at least the first three. I don't know that I've seen 4 and 5, but I definitely enjoyed the first couple of them.
The first two, because it was something new.
Yeah,
we hadn't seen before, and it was a great. The first one especially was really, really fun.
But what they each did is kind of they had to out-top themselves with each one and come up with the most bizarre ways to kill people.
Exactly.
Oh man, there's one scene where this fence comes undone and it just goes flying through a field and cuts these people in half, and they don't even realize they're cut in half for the first couple seconds, and then their body just falls apart into two pieces. It's disgusting.
There's also memes online about, and I don't know, I think this is actually from the first film where they are driving behind a tractor trailer that's carrying wood logs.
Oh, God.
And there's memes online where people are taking pictures and say, this is my Final Destination moment.
While they're driving down the road. And I've been in that situation following a truck full of logs.
So you move over.
You
go around.
Or slow the hell down. Take the next exit. All right, this next one I'm very excited about.
All right, well, go for it.
All right, so The Flight Attendant, we've been talking about it a lot. Dale and I loved the first season. This is the Kaylee Cuoco. Why can't I say that girl's name? Love her to death. She was so great in Big Bang Theory on TV, and now this series just was a hit for her. She was nominated for every award there was, and it was just very enjoyable. Well, it's coming back for a second season, but what we found out this week is some major casting news. Sharon Stone is going to show up to play Kaylee's long estranged mother. Yeah, right. So excited about that. Sharon Stone is one of my favorite actresses of all time. I follow her on Instagram. She's really fun, and I think it'll be great to see her back on the screen.
It's gonna be fun. Yeah. I'm looking forward to this. There were some news about because with the first season, it's kind of like a worldwide trip. I mean, she's everywhere because she's this international flight attendant, and the locations for season 2 include Los Angeles, Berlin, and Reykjavik. Yeah.
So without giving too many spoilers away, if you haven't watched the first season, which you should,
totally should,
you sit down and watch it this weekend. You can watch the whole thing. Exactly. HBO Max. Anyway, so she's basically moonlighting as a CIA asset. which is kind of fun.
For the second season.
For the second season. And she's also living her best sober life because she was kind of an alcoholic in season 1.
Yeah.
A fun alcoholic.
Right.
Anyway, we'll see what happens.
Martin Short revealed 2 new cast members joining the second season of Only Murders in the Building over at Hulu. Shirley MacLaine and Amy Schumer will be in the next season.
I haven't seen Shirley MacLaine in a while. She's getting up there in age.
She is.
I'm glad that she's still working.
But Mr. Short did not elaborate on any parts or roles that these people are going to play in the lives. Are these other tenants?
I'm sure they
in
live
the
in
apartment
the building.
building. Right. Yeah, that's what I'm assuming, is that they're tenants that are going to be involved in this next murder, I assume.
Well, we do know that they've been back in production since December because there have been on-set photos on Instagram from the different cast members. So excited about that. And just a little piece of trivia here. Shirley MacLaine used to live a stone's throw away from us when we lived in Santa Fe, New Mexico.
Hey. Yeah. I think there was lots of celebrities that we were in general proximity because of just the place it is. That's where celebrities like to flock to. Yeah. You wanna on 3 say this? 1, 2, 3.
Huzzah!
The historical dramedy The Great has been renewed for a 10-episode 3rd season. It's too early to say. There's no word yet on what this next installment is going to, focus and center on.
Super excited about this. As you guys know, because we've mentioned it a couple times on past episodes, we just got into The Great. We're probably only like 3 or 4 episodes in with season 1. We kind of watch it in between other things that we're watching.
It's not a series that we've put on high rotation. It's just kind of, okay, let's watch this. We got nothing new that we're watching.
But it's very enjoyable and well acted and different, very different from anything else that's on TV.
Very, very different.
Yeah, I'm liking it a lot. Yeah, so I'm happy that we're going to have 3 whole seasons to watch.
Yeah. It seems as though Netflix's Red Notice was such a big hit that they are currently in the early stages of putting together 2 sequels with Dwayne Johnson, Gal Gadot, and Ryan Reynolds. They've signed up for back-to-back shoots. Which is this a little unheard of? I don't know if I've heard of.
It's been done before when they decided to make the Back to the Future 2 and 3. They did them all right together.
Yeah,
they kept the cast and the sets and just churned them out.
Yeah.
So this makes sense. Red Notice was one of the biggest movies for Netflix in their history. So, of course, they're going to do sequels, and I'm glad that all 3 major stars were up for it.
Yeah. Rumors are that new characters will also be added, and, they'll trickle in through each film. And it's like, we said this separately, it's like Ocean's 11.
Sure.
Kind of.
Very.
That's kind of where I think this is kind of going.
Similar. Yeah, like it.
And you mentioned this before. Netflix is going to be increasing their prices, but only on 2 plans. So you have your basic plan, which allows just 1 screen. That's still $9.99, $10 a month.
Sure.
The plans that are going to be changing are the standard and the premium plan, going from standard is $13.99 going to $15.49. And the premium is $18 currently going to $19.99. The new plans take effect immediately for new subscribers, and current subscribers will get an email approximately 30 days before the renewal about the new price changes.
Got it. Well, for a household where it's only 1 person or a couple like you and me, the standard one is fine.
Exactly.
If you've got a big household with multiple generations or multiple kids, you might want to up and get one of the bigger ones so dad can be watching one thing in the family room and the kids can be watching something else on their phones in their bedrooms. So you can still get a good deal and just get the basic one, and that's going to be fine for you.
I think so. Yeah. I mean, you just don't get the multiple screens, and you don't get the HD quality when it's available for that particular show. So there you go.
Yeah, and our final piece of news comes from Paramount Plus. This one kind of came out of left field, and I couldn't believe it. So one of my favorite movies from the 80s was Soapdish with Whoopi Goldberg and Sally Field and Kevin Kline and a whole host of really great people. 1991. Yeah. Sorry. That's close enough to the 80s. Anyway, great movie. If it's on, I will watch it. I've probably seen it a dozen times.
Yeah.
It's got some great moments in it. Anyway, Whoopi Goldberg has signed up to do a limited series Soapdish coming back as her character, Rose. She was the writer on The Sun also set. It's a fake soap opera.
Soap opera, yeah.
We don't know anything else about it. We don't know if they can get Sally Field to come in or Kevin Kline.
I mean, that would be great.
They're all still working. Could be a lot of fun. If Whoopi's doing this, I'm sure it's got to be quality.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. I can't. They're really mining their stuff, right?
I mean, the original film was a crazy freaking show. So I'm hoping that the type of comedy that they did is the same here. It's just stupid comedy, but it worked.
Everything old is new again. All right.
New shows are coming your way. It's coming soon.
Raised by Wolves season 2 is going to be coming to HBO Max on February 3rd. This was a big, the sci-fi thing. There's 2 androids take care of these human babies. Big for HBO Max. So season 2, you can expect that in less than a month.
Yeah, it's coming up. It'll be here before we know it.
Yeah, you actually like this one. The In-Between, a new film coming to Paramount Plus, coming February 11th.
This looks good.
Yeah, after surviving a tragic car accident that took the life of her boyfriend, a teenage girl believes he is attempting to reconnect with her from the afterworld.
Right. And we both, after watching the trailer, which we'll put up on our social media for guys to see, we both had the exact same thought.
Yep.
This is a modern day Ghost. So Patrick Swayze and Demi Moore, that's basically what's happening here. He's gone, but he wants to get back. He's in the in-between.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's Ghost with teenagers.
It is Ghost because you see the scene in the trailer where she's sitting down with like this mysterious medium kind of person that is teaching her how to connect with him or call him back. So it's got all of those same trappings that Ghost had. But this looks fun and it looks cute. And I guess the actors are probably in their 20s. They're young. They're younger.
They're early. I recognize him. I did not recognize her.
Got it.
I mean, I wouldn't know them by name. This is Joey King and Kyle Allen. Kyle Allen is the one who I recognize from other things. Joey King, I don't know anything about her. It's the first time I've seen her.
All right, well, we'll look forward to that. I definitely want to put that on our list. And this next one, Dale, tell them about it because I'm now that I've seen the trailer, I'm very excited about it.
This was something that we talked about a lot last year. This was when it was first announced. We talked about it. You remember we talked about it when Will Smith did a surprise video call with Jabari Banks telling him that he got the part of Will. And so now we're back talking about it again because it's going to be right around the corner. We're talking about Bel-Air coming to Peacock on February 13th. It's
so different than what I thought it was going to be.
Right. It's incredibly different. It's not a comedy.
Right.
It's a 1 hour long drama series. It does kind of go through the process of why Will went from Philadelphia to Bel-Air.
Right.
But it's completely different.
All the same characters are there. His aunt and uncle, his his cousins,
Aunt Viv and Uncle Phil.
And his best friend. They're all there. All of course played by different actors, and it's a little sinister. There's something going on. They don't all want him there. So
that's what you kind of see in the trailer, and like the character of Carlton. I mean. If you watch The Fresh Prince, I think Carlton may have been a lot of people's favorite character on the show.
Yeah, well, he was the comic relief. He was the clown character.
Right.
Yeah.
He is not that.
No, he's very different
Far from it here. So this is completely different, and I'm actually excited about it because I didn't know if I wanted another Fresh Prince of Bel-Air comedy like it was because I don't think that would work today.
This is taking an old premise and an old thing and making it something completely different.
Right.
It'd be like taking the cast of Bewitched and turning it into a dark horror movie.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's completely different, and that's what I love about it.
Yeah, I'm excited about this because this was the first time putting this show together. As I saw the trailer, and it's going to be in the description of the podcast. You should certainly click on it and watch it. You're going to be pleasantly surprised, I think.
We're gonna tell you what to watch this week. It's time for Up Next.
All right, we got some good ones for you to watch this weekend and a little bit next week. The first one we're going to talk about is Peacemaker, a new series on HBO Max. This actually came out on Thursday.
Yeah.
This got away from me. I should have talked about it last week. This is that new kind of like series with John Cena Freddie Stroma and Danielle Brooks, who I love from Orange is the New Black. This is the origin of the DC superhero so dedicated to world peace that he is prepared to use force of arms to achieve it.
Yeah, but it's a comedy.
It is.
And it looks really fun. We've been talking about this for months. Super excited about it that it's finally here. So the first 3 episodes were dropped this past Thursday, and then there'll be a new episode every Thursday, and there's 8 total.
Total of 8. Yeah. This next one is not for everyone.
I don't know that it's for me, except that it looks spectacular.
It looks freaking amazing. We're talking about the Tragedy of Macbeth on Apple TV Plus. Came out yesterday. This stars Denzel Washington, Frances McDormand. A Scottish lord becomes convinced by a trio of witches that he will become the next king of Scotland, and his ambitious wife supports him in his plans of seizing power.
Well, it's an age-old story. This is from William Shakespeare, of course. It's been done a million times, but this looks like no other Shakespeare production you've ever seen.
Exactly.
The whole thing is done in very crisp black and white. Mm-hmm. There's very dramatic lighting. It's very kind of done in a modern way, although it's still kind of old school. So, I don't know. It looks like how much you want to bet there are going to be nominations for this.
Yes.
And that Frances McDormand will win yet another Oscar. And I don't know that Oscars actually, was this in theaters at all? Did they do a limited release so that they can be, maybe not? Maybe we're talking Emmys for this.
I think so.
Okay, so if it wasn't in theaters for at least, I think it needs to be in like 10 theaters or something for it to be able to be Oscars. Anyway, definitely Emmys. This looks amazing. I'm not a huge Shakespeare fan.
No.
So I don't know. I just really don't like that kind of
It's the what am I trying to say? It's how it's told. It's the vocabulary that they use and the way I don't understand
the language of the time.
Exactly.
And also done in rhyme and that kind of thing. So, but no, it's not my cup of tea. But it does look amazing, innovative, like something we've never seen before.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, if you're not interested in watching something like this just because it's it's a Shakespeare play being retold, at least watch the trailer to know what we're talking about, because I think it's a wow factor there. It's done really, really nicely.
Yeah, and in a complete departure from that, also coming out now. What did this come out yesterday?
No, this comes out next Tuesday.
Oh, next Tuesday. It's How I Met Your Father. Mm-hmm. The reboot on Hulu comes out on January 18th. Yeah, so excited about that. This is with Hilary Duff playing the title character and her group of friends. And it's told obviously in flashbacks because you've got, just like Bob Saget was the voice of the older guy, How I Met Your Mother.
Right.
Now we've got Kim Cattrall from Sex and the City fame. She's going to be, but unlike that, did you watch the trailer?
I watched a little.
So in the very beginning of the trailer, you see Kim Cattrall sitting on a couch saying, "This is how I met your father." They never did that with Bob Saget in the original. You never saw Bob Saget. It was only voiceover.
You're right. They didn't.
Right.
But there was an opening scene in How I Met Your Mother with the kids.
Right. So this is a little different.
A little different.
Yeah. It's your typical comedy that you might see on television, although I think it might be a little racier given the fact that it's on Hulu and not CBS.
Let's hope so.
Yeah,
that's what makes them fun. But anyway, the first 2 episodes, Hulu is going to drop on the 18th, which is next Tuesday, and then you get a new episode every Tuesday from there on out.
Very cool. Well, I'm excited to check it out.
That's right. That's going to do it for us today. We want to thank you for listening to this episode of the Binge Bum Podcast. If you do like our show, be sure to rate us wherever you like to listen to your favorite podcast. We are all going to be back next week, maybe on time. Who knows? But in the meantime, happy binging.